An array stores a fixed size, sequential collection of elements of the same type. An array is used to store a collection of data, but is often more useful to think of an array as a collection of variables of the same type stored as a contiguous memory location. Instead of declaring individual variables such as number 0, number 1, and number 99, you can declare one array variable such as numbers and use those numbers in different indexes to represent individual variables. All arrays consist of contiguous memory locations. The lowest address corresponds to the first element, and the highest address associates to the last element. So in this lecture, we are going to declare an array and show you how to initialize the first index and how to loop through an array. Let's go up here and let's declare our array. And we're going to use a double type. So the first thing is I'm going to associate my data type, which I'm going to put double. Then I'm going to associate my parentheses here, and I'm going to say my double equals, and once I have that set, I'm going to close out my parentheses right there. It's going to give me an error because it wants to know how big the array is. So in this case, let's say I want to make it 10. It's going to start at 0 all the way to 10, making 11 elements to associate inside of this array. So this is how we can declare a basic array with the fixed size type. You can also declare an array without having to fix the size, and inherently it will initialize the number of index to associate in that array. So let's go down here and let's put double. Let's put our parentheses. Let's put my double 2. We actually can put our array of values directly inside of the index. So we can go this, and once we do that, let's initialize our different double values. So we can go over here and let's say 240.25. That will be our first index value. Then we can come in here and we can do, let's say 225.25. We can do 100.50. And then we can come in here and do one more value. Let's say 50.50. So as you can see right here, this is the same as declaring this 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you put this as 3, this would be the same fixed size link to associate with the array as this value. The only difference is you don't put the fixed index type. It automatically picks that up in C# to associate. It already initializes how many values are to associate inside of this array. So this is how we declare arrays. And in this case, how would we actually go about looping through our array? So we can come down here. Let's go ahead and let's create a little simple method that says public. It's a void type, and it's going to be just associated with our double. And we're going to say my method. And inside of this, I'm just going to put right here. I'm going to close out my method right there. And I'm just going to run a for each to loop through my double. So let's say for each. And inside of this, we're going to put my double right there. And we're going to take my double and put it inside of that and associate with the var item type, a dynamic type. We're going to say here console.writeLine, and we're going to associate item. And what's this going to write out to the console? If we implement this method right here, it's going to write out all of the values to associate inside of double 2. So as we loop through all of the values, we're going to write out item to the console. So it's going to go and loop through the first value, which is 240.25. Then once it loops through that, it's going to go to the next value at index 1, 225.25. Then it's going to loop through and go to 100.50, and then finally it's going to stop at 50.50. So this is how we would implement arrays in C#, and this is how we'll do a for each loop to loop through all the values to write out to the console. In subsequent lectures, we'll actually implement these loops to associate with our array values and put them into our views. I want to thank you for joining me in this lecture.